Good evening. 8:46. I've got about an hour, we'll say hour and a half. I try to be done by 10:30 to be honest. Actually, I try to be done by 10, and I ran 9.5 miles this morning, or give or take. And honestly, um, I am tired. I am really, my body is tired. It's zonked. My brain is awake, but my body's like going, dude, we got to get some sleep tonight. I only got 6.5 hours before I even got up to go run today. Um, so yeah, we're a little beat up. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm still working on this issue. I am getting closer, but as it turns out, I have hit my Copilot limit. I hit my usage limits on Copilot, and I had said that I was going to switch over. We're going to let it have the ability. Sure, we'll do that one. Okay, so I have what is it, 10 more days um, before my Copilot resets, and I bought Copilot. I got a year-long subscription last year in November or December. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to keep them both. I probably will keep them both. We'll see. I bought 1 month of Claude, uh, and we're gonna see how Claude does for me. Um, I just I have the little IDE or Claude, whatever the heck this is. I don't know what this is. The little Claude UI. And what it's doing right now is I had it read all my code. We're updating instructions so that it's kind of on the same page and has an idea of all the stuff that I need it to follow. And I just and I added a couple extra things that I didn't have in the instructions already. So it's kind of building and updating the instructions. So hopefully it'll be on the same page as me for the rest of this app. So when I'm asking it stuff and getting So I'm adding, I added this rule. I don't like coroutines. I don't know. Somebody out there is probably going to go, why not? Coroutines are fine. I don't like them. I want to avoid them. I'd rather use async and await for those kind of things as much as possible. I do have, um, I have both in place because AI keeps sticking coroutines in. And there's a couple of places where I just haven't gone back and removed them. I usually just do it right away, but I was just trying to get through. So I've got one or two that are still sitting in there. And one of the things it did too is it would like try to, there's like find object, which is it's deprecated. I told it to try to avoid deprecated things. And I think I got rid of those deprecations, but it's possible some of them are back. I don't know. I have to look. But and I also told it to focus on the version of Unity I'm using, which is 6.2. So hopefully that'll help. We'll get some good answers from Claude, and we'll be able to make some good progress. We'll see what 1 month of Claude will do if it ends up becoming my new go-to. I got to watch usage. I got 1 month on the Pro plan, not the $100. This is the $20. We're gonna kind of see. I thought about doing a year, but it's holiday season and being out of work, I don't want to put $200. Um, you know, kill $200. So I decided to go with just the $20. I'm doing the poor man dev, the poor dev approach. Um, so we'll see how that goes. I well, we're going to continue moving forward with this strategic successfully. I did find that there was a problem um, with my last functionality. I don't know what this is. What is this doing? Find options. Set projection. I noticed that before. Oh, you know what? You know, it may not even have. It may not have updated. Let's see if it. Oh yeah. I had to switch. I hit 100% like last night or this morning. I don't know. So there were certain things I was working on that maybe kind of sort of don't fully function yet. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna start letting this step through. I've connected my project back to my Unity app, and yeah, you know, as much as I like this page, it's kind of cool. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. It's starting to feel like it doesn't fit my mental theme anymore. It's close, but it's AI art, so that kind of hurts my hurts the strategy to begin with. I don't want this anymore. I think I have too many buildings. I want the field on there. I would like a nice stadium set up like that. But I don't know if I want to see the field because AI can't do a football field. But I want to also make it look I want it to look fantasy style, like, you know, have some. What would it look like if the stadium was built in medieval times? It would look like the Colosseum, probably, right? Like a football stadium with a Colosseum look, or if it was built in where is it that the human city in Lord of the Rings? I want to say Gondor. Is it Gondor? Something like that, you know, just some. Plus, I think I want some stadiums that are like just a field and some stands, because I feel like that's kind of the lowest level as this gets started and as games get going and leagues and teams can build up their stadiums. I think that would be cool, but I don't know. I got to figure out how to do that. Yeah, it's a lot of graphical stuff that's probably not realistic for me to try to accomplish at this stage. So I'm stuck with this right now. So, hey, if anybody sees this and has an interest in telling me how to, you know, give me your feedback on my images. Now, I have already in mind how the graphic style I want for my characters, and I want to flush that out so we don't have a jarring transition. I know it's all fantasy, but I want it to have the same artwork styling. You know, something like, you know, like my characters all have this bright kind of look, but they're obviously animated, cartoonish, kind of 3D, but yet, you know, animated. I'm not going for hyper realistic. That's a lot, and I just don't want it. It's been done. Every football game out there tries for hyper realistic, and this isn't one of those. So there you go. We're gonna go with no on the hyper realism. So let's see where we go. Let's go ahead and run this and see what's breaking, what's not. Where am I? How much have I got fixed? We're about to find out. It's getting warm in here, man. It always gets warm. Probably because I have my heater on. Alexa, turn off Firestorm. And then I always take my sweatshirt off, sweater or whatever the heck I'm wearing, and I start getting cold right away, exposing my arms to the coolness of the air. Okay. For one, I don't even know why I call this elite players. We have 16. All right, well, at least we have players, so that's something. And that's right. Yeah, that's right. It is the right name. I should call this team captains, is what I should call this, and I probably will. But let's change this. Oops, we have an error. So why? We have 16. Wait, why do we have this check? And why are players? Oh, I think, whoa. Wait a minute. Okay, so we had elite players, or 16 of them. So how come it got null? That's weird. Not null. And well, this has 16. And we're picking I. What is I? 0. Do we have a 0? We do have a 0. Oh, there's nobody in 0. What the heck? Are these empty? Oh, they're all empty. Whatever. So obviously that didn't load correctly. We got 16 players or 16 objects back, but whatever they're supposed to be set to, which apparently is players team name. Players and team name. What? Okay, I don't know what that's something weird. Okay. Time for me to iron another problem out. Okay, so this is it getting loaded. Okay, so we're all the way in. We have our 16 teams created. Now we're just trying to pull back the players that we're loading. Obviously, we're missing something here. So we're not quite where we need to be. So I think I'm going to go ahead and close up this guy. See, Copilot sent me back to mini, and my consumptions are currently at 100%. So I can't do that anymore. So we're going to have to do all this from the backside, which is fine. I mean, it seems to work just as good. So let's go to here. And let's see how it can help me get out of this mess. So the current problem is 455 title screen manager. Let's go here. Title screen manager. It's not a Go file. And let's go ahead and have you come over here for some extra space. All right, so where are we? Got a lot of MD files. Let's say exclude sort.md. Here we go. Title screen manager. All these debugs. Look at all these debugs, man. I gotta get rid of some of that. I'm getting so much crap in my debug screen. Oh, mess. Start method call, game object, load resource. I don't need any of that. Let's just comment that out. It's just time for me to clean up. Make sure items are assigned. So errors. I guess if we have errors, I got to keep those. But title screen, load startup resources. Ultimately, I think I need to come up with a way to turn on logs and turn off logs. I kind of built into my Go system. Go, I have like a write logs that I basically pass as a parameter to every function, and then I can pass it down and have processes log whatever they have to log, and all of the logging is underneath if write log. So if write log is not true, then it's just clean. It just runs. Errors always get logged, or at least that's the theory. And I don't have them yet. What I need to do is change my write log processes into a function call where I pass the string into a function that is going to console log it. So everything just calls this function, if write logs console log this, or a run console log or whatever, and then start having it actually log certain types of things to the database so that I can reference it. And that's all stuff that's got to be built in soon. I'm getting there, got a lot of stuff going on, but once I start getting to that point where I start having a production thing running, I needed to start logging errors because I don't have a console anymore at that point, right? So I needed to actually take those errors that it's finding and dump them into an error database so I can see what's happening. I probably won't necessarily want to track, all this miscellaneous garb, but I need to come up with a way to pin down where errors are occurring and figure out if, we've got a problem. Obviously we do, because if you get errors, that's a problem. So we'll get there. I got to build all that in. But for now, we've got, I got to go out to line 400 and something or other. See, all these, we call this. I like this if, in fact, I'm trying to log a process flow. But otherwise, it doesn't help me, right? And it's just a lot of junk being put on my system. I don't need is user. These confirmation things, I don't know if I need positive logs. Positive logs are just clutter. At least that's my feeling. Exception, exception, exception. All right, let's see, create league for user. We're trying to create league. Teams. Response is not returning elite players. It should be returning team captains. We're going to change this up. It's just bugging me. Create league. Go to definition. Can we not go to definition? Go to definition. All right. What implementation? It's just a local object. All right. New leagues data. Leagues data. Huh. Call the create leagues function. What the heck is a create leagues function? Create league request with default settings. This is the request going in. We're going to get the response. The response should be right here inside of the models. If I put it back right, leagues, create league response. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I think this is, I'm going to have to go lowercase because I think it's coming back that way. We'll have to see how this works. So that's why I don't have to do a JSON transition. Right. See how much we got for errors, because changing that's probably going to force me to do something here. Do this. And all right, so we're going to have our team captains. It's going to be, I don't know why we're doing it this way, but it's just setting it to this instead. Now the team captains need to come back with actual values. This is where I'm going to have to go get some stuff updated here. So where are we? Team captains. No, let's go here. Control S. Should update over here. All right. weird. I want this on this side. Show open editors, maximize group, configure editors. Huh. Weird. Okay. Wow. Hey Nintendo. Hey, how's it going, man? Oops. Stop it. Oh, there you are. Team captains. Stop it. Why are you doing that? I was telling you to be a jerk. Stupid code. There we go. Ugh. Team captains. And the show team selection. So as you can see, I'm using Claude. I actually bought Claude for a month, 1 month, 20 bucks. Doing the $20 version because don't have $100. I was gonna do a full year, but then I thought it's the holiday season, money's a little tight, probably shouldn't throw $200 away at this point. So we'll do $20, and I'll see how Claude goes. I used up all of my Copilot for the month, so that's 10 more days, and so it's time for me to get my secondary option. I thought about Bezier, was really considering Bezier, almost went with Bezier, but then I thought, let's just do a month of Claude. Claude, I mean, really, Claude has been able to do most of the back-end stuff that I would be doing with Bezier anyway. And I haven't gotten fully to a UI focused state where I feel like Bezier would excel. And the thing is, Bezier it's Unity driven. It's mostly about the Unity application, and it can't see my entire code base. So anytime I need to adjust on the back end, Bezier's gonna struggle because it doesn't know the back end parts. It can't see that part of the project. The other option is, of course, that if I had Bezier, I wouldn't use up my Copilot so fast. But Copilot's going to need to come up for renewal here in the next 1 to 2 months. And at that point, I may have to make a decision on whether or not I'm renewing it. Maybe I just get Claude and Bezier. Maybe I don't need Copilot anymore. So yeah, we'll just have to see. I'm gonna kind of watch my usage and see how it burns. We'll see how Claude is about burning up my my usage here. Is loading team captains as null. It does seem to see the correct number of team captains. The league I am creating has 8 teams, and thus it should show 16 team captains. And if I go into one of my that's going to be a little tricky to find, I think, unfortunately. But I think the first player drafted might actually be the right kind. So let's go look at my league players here. First player drafted should probably be like, there's Drew Brees, and he's got team captain true. So yeah, okay, so he's got team captain. The other thing is, team captains are returning a weird set of data, because I would think what it's returning is not good. Because when this comes in, it's doing something like, what is it expecting here? So we go here. Team captains, team Team captains, elite team captains. If I go to league response over here in the models, which is right here, league response, there's team captains, which I actually think are in my team object. Yep. And it's got, yeah, see, that's weird. I don't know why my team captains have team name. Why do they have a team name? That doesn't help. It's like, no. Should be game name. And player is full player data here. How is it a list? I don't think it's a list. It's just 2 players. It should just be full player ID. I think it's just this. I don't need a list of... It's almost like it was trying to return the whole team. But I think this is all I need, full player data. Okay, so it should show 16 team captains. Team captains. Do I have anything here that's not saved? Nope. What's new? Oh yeah, I did an update on my Visual Studio also. Packed with an array of tools and features to improve every stage of software development. Wow, okay. The latest monthly feature update to Visual Studio is here. Copilot Memories. Make Copilot truly project aware by teaching it your team's coding standards and best practices, creating consistency that lasts across sessions. Well, that's good. Target your Copilot instructions. You can now create composable instruction files to target custom instructions to specific areas of your code base. Oh, that's cool. So basically they're making Copilot better, which is great. Gotta like that. What is that? I didn't do anything. Okay, so Microsoft is like, I don't know, they must have sent a memo out a few months ago and said, Copilot, dang it. Everything's Copilot. We're putting it in. If you want AI Copilot, get it in there. We're doing Visual Studio. We're doing VS Code. We're putting it in OneDrive. We're putting it on Windows. We want Windows to work. We want it to work with what's on your screen, what's in your web browser. Copilot, 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 Copilot. That's what we're doing. If we can do it, we are going for it. And honestly, I like where they're headed with it. I mean, some people are out there going, well, who asked for this? I'm like, me? It's like, you see a lot of people out there complaining about all the stuff that Microsoft is putting in a Copilot. And I'm like, some of this stuff's kind of cool, man. I want to be able to push a button and say, hey, Copilot. It doesn't do it yet. Apparently that's a feature that's coming, or some people have it, but others don't. But you could do a touch to talk and just start talking to Copilot. I mean, that's coolness. And you can kind of do it a little bit. Like I can kind of go here and hit this this button here, and it'll put a little dialogue on the bottom, and I can have a chat with Copilot. And I've done this a couple of times. Gotta say, man, I'm liking it. So far, so good. But unfortunately, it's not gonna write my code for me. So there's no agent to it. But again, whenever I need to ask questions that are general, and I ask a lot of questions that have nothing to do with, I mean, I use it all the time for other things. Like my bike tire blew out on my bike, and on my trainer, oh, that was a fun thing. Sunday night, boom! boom. I'm like, what the frick was that? I thought somebody was shooting a gun at me. And it turns out my tire exploded. So I got a big old hole in the back. And anyway, I went to go to Amazon and looked up my bike tire, which apparently the same exact size in millimeters, centimeters doesn't exist. So I asked Copilot, I'm going, well, why doesn't this tire exist? And they go, and I told her what size, and it goes, oh, that's this kind of tire. It's kind of a rare tire. And I'm like, oh, great. But it said you could probably fit, this size. And so I went and looked if I was able to find the right size. And then I'm like, okay, what's the best tire? I was able to ask it for things like, getting a good tire for a bike trainer that can also work on the road. And it said, oh, you want one that's kind of a hybrid? Well, this one's kind of the best because it's got good durability and it can also withstand, road wear. And I'm like, then we'll go with one of those. So I went with one of those and I ordered me a tire. So I got to have my trainer. I ride my trainer once or twice a week at least. And it's also a good time for me to do my practicing on my lines. It's good to get off. I went and ran 9.3 miles this morning, so I'm pretty burned from that. I gotta start doing more cardio. I have to do my Thanksgiving half marathon I do every year. Just seem to see the correct number of team captains, as the league I'm creating has 8 teams, and thus it should show 16 team captains. And it does, except the values inside are coming back null. So the response is not properly populating the response object on the unity side. Okay, so the team captain object blah, 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 blah. Where'd it go? References the full full player data object, but at this point, when we are just loading the but ultimately I'm going to need this other stuff. I'm going to need ratings. I'm going to need all this stuff. I should probably just have it return it. Full player data. The team captain object references the full player data object, which provides all the information we need to display. None of which is currently getting populated. So let's see if Claude is any more efficient at figuring this out than Copilot. So it's setting up a thing, full player data model structure and serialization, review the backend response for team captains, compare proto definitions with Unity models, fix the deserialized issue. I like the way it does little checkboxes. It's a little bit more thorough there. Let's see how good it is at actually coming up with the solution. Now, I hear great things about Claude. I'm talking about this version of Claude, Claude using Claude. This is what, Claude Code? The Claude Code extension using, yeah, you know, actual Claude. I haven't tried to change models, so I assume it's using 4.5, but it might not be. I don't know what Claude uses. This doesn't actually tell you. It just says ask before edits. I do like it does that. Thinking off. I haven't turned on thinking yet. Yeah, I don't see anything here that like lets me tell it what version of Claude to use. So we'll go with, I think it's using the latest. I am tempted to, after a couple of items here, just do usage. See how many credits I'm burning up. Because, okay, so Claude does it a little differently. It's 5-hour increments. So I guess you don't burn out in a month. You just can only do so much in 5 hours, which I kind of like. I really like that a lot. Because that means oftentimes I'll have these little spurts, but I'm not a person who's likely to hit it hard for 5 hours. And to know that I don't have to wait 10 days if I hit my limit is really nice. So having it all at once, I kind of like the stopping at 5. What are we changing here, Claude? What do you need permissions to? Let's go see. Oh yeah, doing the whole thing in front. I like that. Okay. Let's see. We're changing the team models. Ooh. Okay. What are we changing? Team captains. Oh, you're setting it to JSON property. I don't know if I want that. Oh wait, did I not? Oh shoot, did I not save what I did here? Oh, I did. I think that change is backwards. Team captains should just be 2 players. They don't even have a team name at this point. Honestly, the team captains is just a filter on the drafted players and should just be 2 players for each team. So perhaps, oh, you know what? Maybe I am reading this wrong. Also, we don't yet have a team name for any of these teams. So you can just use team ID when a player selects a team, that will trigger a callback to assign. I call users players. I got to stop doing that. When a user selects a team, that will trigger a callback to assign the user to that team. Then the next step, we'll have the user select a team name, which will trigger a function that will assign that name to the user's selected team, and then randomly assign a team name from the default teams in the teams collection, a game name from the default teams in the teams collection, to remaining teams. Actually, you know what? That might even be okay, but I don't think we don't have a team name. So I should probably just go like this. At this point, I did go DoorDash today, by the way, Nintendo. Today I got a pretty good day. Got 30 some bucks in about 2 hours. It's better than usual. I did not use your app yet. I just, like I said, it's pretty basic on how I do things. I don't look at all of the little metrics. I think your app is cool. I think a lot of people will use it. Or I think a lot of people will find benefit in it. I don't know if who's going to use it or not. I mean, hopefully they'll give it a chance. But I personally am just too lazy. So all I do is go on. I just figure out 8 miles, then it better be at least $8. If it's 11 miles, it better be $11. At least I've just simplified it. $1 per mile. I prefer it to be more than $1 per mile, especially when I start getting above 10, because after 10, I start counting both ways. So if it's 10 miles, that's a 20-mile drive. So unless they're giving me $20 to go 10 miles, which is never the case. Today I got a $5 offer for 20 miles. That was Uber, of course. And then stupid DoorDash. I try to take DoorDash's offers more than Uber, but DoorDash doesn't give offers very much. So it's like for every 10 offers I get from Uber, I'll get like 1 from DoorDash. And the thing is, I could refuse 9 straight Uber options and take the 10th one and say it's 4 or 5 miles. Finally, they give me one. And then I'll get a DoorDash option. That's so I'll take a $5 4-mile drive. So more than $1.25 a mile. But then the DoorDash one will come in after I've already accepted it, the Uber one, and they'll come in and go, hey, we got this $8 one for 3 miles. Stupid freaking DoorDash. I can't take it, man, because I got a 5-mile freaking thing that's going the opposite direction. I can't take your stupid thing, so I have to pass. So then I have to pause the stupid DoorDash, go finish the dang Uber one, and then I'm out of area for DoorDash when I'm done, and then I gotta, it's just a pain in the butt. Today was that day. I just kept missing DoorDash ones that were not necessarily better. I got some pretty good Uber ones, but I got 2 $11 ones that were like 3 or 4 miles, which was actually amazing for Uber. The next step will have the user select a team name, which will trigger a function that will assign that name to the user selected team, and then randomly assign a game name from the default teams in the teams collection to the remaining teams. But did I correct this one? So you can just use team ID. When a user selects a team, that's right. All right, let's see what this. Let's clarify things for Claude here. I see team elite players as team name, which should be the team ID at this point. Let me update the model accordingly. What's the latest with you, Karama? How are you doing, my friend? So I been trying to get on Reddit and start talking about my game. I'm trying to find people talking about management games, football management, because you know, I just need to start getting the word out that my game is in process. So you can change these to refer to these calls as team captains rather than elite players, because although the default team captains in a new league are the first two drafted elite players, later they will be whoever the user / team selects during gameplay. So in this process, we are just fetching the default set. That's good. Object-oriented programming, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a very good paradigm. I don't know that everybody's using it anymore. There's different debates about object-oriented programming, right? I mean, ultimately, it's about encapsulating things for reusability and keeping them a separation of concerns in your code. So it's also that. So every object, say your car, in your auto parts store, is that right? No, that's probably a bad example. Your car in whatever kind of store sells cars encapsulates only the car, because they may sell motorcycles, but that's another object. Sells different kinds of things. It's different parts, different things that go on. It's only got 2 wheels. It's got a different kind of engine. It just functions different. It's a different object. But everything related to your car goes under one object. And if you ever decide to open up a store that does car repairs, you can take your car object and put it into that, and it'll still work. It'll have all the parts and pieces and things that a car has. And if you decide to sell motorcycles, you can take that. That's where the reusability comes in. But also by keeping it encapsulated, all the outside code doesn't care anything about what the car parts are. It just says, hey, give me the count, how many seats you have, or how many tires you have, or what kind of capacity do you have. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's all encapsulated. So the outside objects would just ask the car object for everything car. So that's the benefit of object-oriented. It just keeps things clean and separated. All right, well, you can do this. We're going to go ahead and let you make this change. I just wanted it to make sure it understood what I was telling it. So, and it keeps asking me, well, then let me make this change, man. League model again. And you can change the back end to match the front end in terms of Yeah, you know, those are polymorphism is kind of it, it's kind of like a weaker inheritance. But you know what? I would say don't get too caught up on it. It's just not as big a thing as it once was. It's one of those things that you might get asked in an interview, I guess, maybe, possibly. I don't know if they still even ask about it. It is used, it is a concept, it is out there, but it's so standardized now. Applications and code use them, and so there's so many implementations of it now that I just wouldn't get too hung up on it, because I think a lot of times you're just not gonna use those in a direct. You're not gonna be like coding and going, I need to use inheritance here. You're gonna learn inheritance just by doing code. It's just gonna happen. At this point, it's so common. It's basically the whole idea of, it's like, I don't even know if this application has it, but it's inheriting, right? So this mono behavior, this is an inheritance. Title screen manager is inheriting this mono behavior object, and it allows it to take on the properties of this mono behavior so that you can, use it within the title screen manager. It kind of tells it, okay, this title screen manager is a mono behavior object, and now everything else I put in here is my own thing, but it also has these methods and objects, methods and properties of a mono behavior, which is probably just generic stuff that I can call. So a lot of those might be like the mono behavior is what's going to provide like the start method and this no, not this, but the async method and several other things that come with, or not async, what's the awake method. So those will come in here, like the start and the awake will come as part of the mono behavior. But this is so common now that you don't even really think about the fact that you're using it. You are inheriting this, and sometimes you create these kind of objects. You'll create an object that gets inherited by other objects because you will create the object that's there. But again, it's so standard in code. I don't know. I mean, at least you can understand, I guess, what it is, but it's not a, like I said, I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about that. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's just going to happen. I guess, like I said, if you're in an interview, they might ask you, do you know what this is? And there you go. Now you know because you studied the concepts. I'm going to go ahead and just let it. It's kind of risky to let it do stuff. I don't know. It's just hard to, sometimes if you want to give it a bunch of stuff to do, it lets me review it in advance. Oh yeah. No, I definitely, for the purposes of learning, if this guy is building one and he's showing you how to do it, by all means, I mean, it's worth learning, but I'm pretty sure if you're actually going to build a Zelda game though, or, an open world game, that's a big undertaking. That's all I was saying. I was just saying, if you're doing it to learn and somebody's guiding you through a basic little tiny emulation of one, awesome. That's going to be great learning. But for creating a game like that, I think that's a big undertaking for any individual game developer. Now, if you're going to get on a team that builds games like that, I get it. Let's see if he can get, let's see. I do have a functioning make then file in the common folder. Fetch that will run from bash. Looks great for region. Yes, I am using Claude. I got Claude. I bought 1 month of Claude because my Copilot ran out. And I was going to buy a year, but I said, well, let's buy a month or two, and I'll make a decision later if I want to get it full time. So I'm trying out full-blown Claude Code. Well, not full-blown. I'm using the extension Claude Code. I don't know if do they have an IDE? Does Claude Code have its own like separate IDE? I don't know if it does. I'm gonna let it go ahead and run MakeGen. Now, test the changes is probably my job because I don't think it can test this. Team Elite? Oh, why did it change it to Team Elite? Huh? Captain player info. Team Elite. Team captain info. Ultimately, I think I'm going to have to pass back an entire player logic. Because I need all that stuff, but that just means I have to format the B side of my cards. And then I have to do the UI for the cards. I do want to do it, but I don't know if I have to right now. Let's see what we got here. We have ID, name, game name, position, experience, salary. Okay, so all this stuff is probably all I need for this moment. So I think I'm going to let it go for now. We will go ahead and allow that. Leagues, utility, what is that for? Wait, why is this in a utility? Why is this in the utility.co file? Types should be in the types.co file. What kind of database are you talking about using? PHP, PHP, PHP. Why can't I think of that? What is that in my head now? I know what that is. I know I've heard that, but I can't remember what it is.
We're gonna build a new
No, go away.
We'll
How do
have
I?
happy new life, and we'll have equal rights for all. Except blacks, Asians, Hispanics, Jews, gays, women, Muslims, everybody who's not a white man. And I mean white, so no Italians, no Polish, just people from Ireland, England, and Scotland. But only certain parts of Scotland and Ireland. Just full-blooded whites. No, you know what? Not even whites. Nobody gets any rights. America.
No, actually, looks like the Native Americans have done all right for themselves.
Got caught up in the thing here. Let me.
And it looks like they have medical care as well.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, but I've done this several times today, and your husband just isn't responding.
Well, have you tried this?
Ma'am, this is a place of medicine.
Oh, okay. Where was I? Stop it! American Dad, you're making me distracted. What was I gonna do now? Totally lost my brain. Oh, okay, never mind. PHP. Oh, okay. Hypertext preprocessor. Sheesh, really? Widely used open source server-side scripting language, primarily designed for web development. It is embedded with. Oh, oh, oh. I've never done PHP, man. I mean, the user requests a web page containing PHP. The server process. Oh, it's a dynamic page rendering. Huh. Interesting. Is it really a... Is it its own language, or is it just a form of... A form of languages in general? Oh, command line scripting. Huh. Interesting. So is it a programming language? Huh, it is. Yeah, I've never used PHP, man. By the description of it, it just looks like it's a React or a Angular type thing. But I guess it's its own code, so they're all their own thing, I guess. Moving some stuff around. Captain player info. Are we allowed to pause? We are. Grab elite players. Let me update all occurrences of elite players to team captains and team elite players to team captains. So many things to update when you make changes like this. I just wanted to stop referring to them as elite players. I mean, by default, I'm picking the 2 first drafted players who are elite classification, but they're not. But they're just the team captains, so they don't need to be elite players. I need to stretch. Oh my gosh, I am so. Oh, it's already almost 10. Oh man, I am so sore. So sore from today's run. My longest run in a couple months. Trying to get myself back up to 13. I got to run another big run either this week or the end of the week. So I can get myself up to 13 comfortably by Thanksgiving. No. I'll probably have to stop leagues here. Let's go here. So I do notice that Claude's actually seems to be better. It creates its own little in and out. It doesn't actually use the terminal down here. And then it reads its own better. So it seems to be a little better at handling its own errors, which is nice. It's like it's not trying to read my terminal. It creates its own and just uses its own little thing, which is kind of good. And it uses bash. I like that too. I don't know, bash just seems, I think bash is, for me, I like bash better. Sorry, I'm not in my camera at the moment. So I try to and let's just close this up. It is vibing. gotta like that Claude does some vibing on its own. Elucidating. All these words it throws in there, just like elucidating is now determining. Hurting, thinking. Meaningless terminology, you know, instead of just saying working, because Copilot just says working, and it just says working until it does the next step. Here it does a whole bunch of stuff. At least it's combobulating and not discombobulating, because when you get all discombobulated, it's not good. Man, everybody's talking about that Bronco game this weekend. Man, I feel like such a, I feel like such a bad fan missing the fourth quarter because I thought it was over. But I have watched every video and replay I've seen so far. It's always cool to watch them pull that stuff off. The greatest fourth quarter comeback in, well, basically the biggest fourth quarter comeback in NFL history in terms of 0 to 60, going from nothing to something. Here's some interesting facts. Now, you may not be a fan of football or not, but there's something interesting. Okay, so the Bronco game this weekend was in Denver. It was a home game, and they were doing a special remembrance of a player that Denver used to have playing for him. His name is Demaryius Thomas. He was a really good wide receiver. Probably not as good in my mind as most people thought he was. I thought he dropped a lot of balls, but he was a very good, very fast, very physical, and he was with Denver during their big, Peyton Manning years, and they were blowing things up. He passed away from some kind of a illness that came on him, and he passed away at the age of 33. He was really young. But they were doing a special remembrance of him, and that was just part of the game. So he passed away at the age of 33. When Denver got the ball back, down 32 to 30, the very last play, the very last drive of the game, there was 33 seconds left on the clock. 33 seconds left. And then they drove down, kicked a field goal to win with a score of 33. So they were honoring a player that died at the age of 33. They got the ball back with 33 seconds left and won with a score of 33. That's some pretty interesting conveniences, coincidences, or whatever you want to call it. Kind of, eerie. It was also 33 was also the most points ever scored by a team, having had 0 going into the fourth quarter. Also, an unrelated to 33 statement, when a team was losing by, let's see, when a team was winning by, was it 18 or more points with 6 minutes to go in the game, they had won 1,680 straight times prior to this weekend. So nearly 1,700 straight games have teams managed to hold on to a lead of 18 or more with 6 minutes to go in the game. That streak is over. The Giants get to be that team that broke the streak. You got to love breaking those streaks. It's like the first team to lose to an 0-50 team that hasn't won in 3 years or something. Being the first team to lose to those. Those are just the kind of streaks you don't want to be that guy. I'm going to let it just run builds. When it needs to build, it can build. Yeah, missed one. Yeah, got to fix that one. Woo! You built. Good job. Good job. Gateway. Oh, I got to stop the gateway first. You can't just go run the gateway off like that. You're not going to be able to do that. Well, it'd let you, but... Oh, that was just a build, so I guess I wasn't trying to run it. But it won't... I can't actually run it that way. Okay, bash. We got to go back to leagues. FPFM, go ms /leagues, ampersand. No, we're just going to do this. Say go run dot. You say you fixed it. Well, we're about to go find out there, Mr. Claude. We will see if that is true. Oops. PFFM, go ms /. I don't know why is my finger swollen? It's like ow. It's like really ow. I did do some boxing this week. When did I do that? But I only did, no, I think I did 6 rounds. That was Tuesday. Was it, what is today, Wednesday? No, I couldn't have done 6 rounds then on, if I ran today, there's no way I boxed yesterday. Must have been Monday? Did I box on Monday? I don't know. My thumb hurts. Regardless. Won't be doing boxing again this week. Today's Tuesday. What am I talking about? God. All right. Well, it made a lot of changes. Let's go see let's see how everything compiles and see if we've made any headway. Oh. We got some errors. We got some errors, my friend. We are getting a few front end unity errors. We'll go ahead and put in a couple of commands for these guys. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can fix these myself. Let's just go find elite players. Control F. Elite players. Let's see. Control Shift left. Elite players. Find all. Wait, what? Does not contain a definition for elite players. Well, that's fine, but did I not know how to spell? Is that what the problem is? Elite. Nope, I know how to spell, apparently. Current project. What are you talking about? Create league response does not contain a definition for elite players. But I'm looking for elite players and I don't see your elite players. ELITEPLEYRS. Current, oh, not current document, current project. Oh. There we go. Team captains. Team captains. Oops. Team captains. Team captains. And where else? Does not contain a definition for captains. Must be team captains. Alright, I think we might be able to try that again. Get past those basic nonsense errors and then we'll see where things are. Alright, got no more errors. 49 is maybe about right. Because I don't have those being used. And async method, lack await, event run game. Card object, make sure initialization complete before calling the API. That's fine. And then card object or player info is null, which we're hoping to fix. So let's go see what we are. If my brakes are still there, it should stop at a point. Maybe. Better. And no, we did not stop. I must not have had my brakes. Ah, them the brakes, man. You didn't put the brake in place. I gotta go back here, figure out who's not loading. Because I know some stuff is not loading. Token, no auth token available for request. Wait, what? What do you mean no auth token? Wait, what? Gonna have to check that. Token. No auth token. Wait a minute. The reference script on this behavior. Oh, that's fine. That's not even supposed to have that. Okay, so I think we're okay. But what is this? What did I not do? Did I not start somebody? Did I not start a thing? Okay, so I've got my gateway and my leagues are both restarted. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I don't need this. I changed my mind. Let's see. What do we need to do? Back inside. Team captains, moved and renamed definitions, utility services, service gRPC handler, league models, players, change players from full player data to full player data. That's team models, game name to team name. No, oh, no. Oops. You made a mistake. Oh wait, no, never mind, you didn't. I think you're good, because I know where it's changing it from. It is team name. It's just not a valid team name. But that's probably fine. We'll leave it. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I need to get. We need to figure out what's happening here. Why am I getting a no auth token available for request? Why? Why? Start progress bar, API handler. Do I have any errors in my code? Let's see. Production URL, locks await, run game. I don't care about that. Don't care about that. And gameplay player data is never signed. And will always have its default value null. Oh, this isn't going to work. I think I may have a type declaration issue here. Getting this warning, which should not be the case. Also, seeing several of these messages as well. Is it because our token expired or what? Unfurling the problem, folks. You know what? At this stage, when I'm I must have dumped a player line. Well, player should be logged in as first step of the application. Nothing should be able to process without the user being logged in. Now, the token is being cached on the UI side, but it should either refresh automatically or request user to log in again. got to make sure my game stays secure. I don't want people messing with my endpoints. I don't want I don't want people making calls on my endpoints without being without accepting valid states. Mostly, I mean, there are certain things I got to allow because the streamer stuff I'll have to allow, but that's it. So I haven't been using my I haven't been doing ClickUp lately because it's like there's so much to do, and it's like sometimes I just got a bulk bunch, and it's like I don't want to write a task for every item in that because it's like I have a task that I created, a PBI that said create the login experience or the account creation experience. So I had to put the panel, and then I had a panel, and then I had the objects that go in the panel, and each one of these things would be technically a task within that, and I had to load the data, and then I had to load the next step to add the teams, and it just ended up being way bigger than all that, and I didn't want to create tasks for all that. It's taken a lot longer because it turned into a much meatier process than I expected, but ultimately I'm just going to end up going to ClickUp and saying, okay, that's finished. And just let it be everything that it was because it's more. I think ultimately once this app is getting closer to finished and I actually have just, I got to put this piece in or that piece in, or then it's simpler little things I can just add a task to and we'll be all good. But until I get to that point, I won't be able to visualize that as often. I just don't want to do. I don't want to have to create ClickUp items for absolutely everything. When you got big chunks of stuff to develop, it's just like put in a thing that says build this chunk of data, and the Fibonacci value for agile purposes is probably like 20. I don't know, what is it? It goes 8. What is it? 8, 1, 1, 3, 5. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 15. It's something like, yeah, it's like you can't get to the values. You can't hit the other values by, is it by doubling? I don't know. No, 1 goes to 2, okay. 1 goes to 2. What is the Fibonacci? Each one of those values is supposed to be like, is it the equal of everything that comes the 2 before? Is that what it always is? 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. Is that what the next step is on Fibonacci? And then it's 13 plus 8 is 21. So if that's how it is, because it'd be, well, how do you get to 2? 0 plus 1 is 1. You can't get off of that. I don't know how you get to 2, but then 2 plus 1 and 3 plus 2 and 5 plus 3 and 8 plus, yeah, okay. Okay, so are we done? You did what you got to do. It already includes token expiration checking, blah, 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 to do. You may want to add a UI event callback notify the UI when a 401 occurs so you can automatically show the login panel to the user instead of just logging an error. All API calls now require authentication and expired tokens are handled gracefully. Okay. That's okay. I want all APIs to, that's a good one. Now it won't be, there will have to be an exception, I think, for some stuff, for something, or maybe not. I'll figure it out. There's something. I'll figure out something. I'm not worried about the streaming game thing yet. Not there yet. That will be one of the first types of games you can run, but it's not. So we got Al. This should prompt me, but it is not going to do it for some reason. And we're going to go over here and get this value. Oh man. Copy. Paste. Okay. So it logged in. I don't have very many errors. That's not good. User is not authenticated. Please log in to continue. Available to request. User must be authenticated. Coroutine couldn't be started. Alright, so we got a couple of issues because that didn't work. Do I have any errors? I do have an error. Where's that error at? Getting a coroutine error. Anyway, I still have one in the might be a good time to move this to replace it. So we got response status code 200, blah, blah, blah. Successfully fetched system settings for ID league settings. Team logos, coroutine. Response type application. Ascot team evolution and fetch 34 teams. Yeah, we have an issue. I think something about my loading process didn't work. I'm curious. I've already done quite a bit. I want to see what my usage is. I've got to type usage after this. I hate coroutines. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I don't know why. They feel wonky. There's just something wrong with them. Asyncs and awaits just are so much cleaner, I think. Calling coroutines, it's just bad. Okay, so I'm gonna do my best to get to bed. I gotta hit the hay, guys. Thanks for stopping by, Nintendo, Karama. You guys are my my faithful pair these days. Although I've got a few other people been stopping by a little more often. Good to see you. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. I will be around, of course, as always, making progress on the next great football manager. Till next time, God bless.